Okay, let's see. We are live. It looks like we are live now. Yes. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to everybody that is here right now, that's coming in, that will come. Welcome to this interview, to this video today. This interview is going to be about tarot, or tarot. Um, so tarot readings and what it is, how it works, and we have a very very cool, special, amazing soul. He is his name is Landon. He is a Reiki master and a tarot reading. So he has started his own business with all this and helping people and just sharing all of that. I actually don't know him personally, so which is really cool to connect with people. I met him through Instagram, and now we are gonna be sharing the passion that he has for what he does right now. And why did I attracted me so much, and why did I wanted to invite him here with you guys and share this. As you guys know, everything that I share with you guys is because I believe in it, or it has made some positive impact in my life, and I want to share with you guys. You may like it, you may know, you may feel connected with it. Wherever it is, here it is. And I also felt connected with him because I also do Reiki, and I also got into tarot readings, right? So for those people that have an idea, there's so many different ideas about tarot, and there's no right or wrong in my perspective. Everybody has their own ways. Um, it's all really about using your intuition, and the readings always kind of just no kind of the readings just work smooth. And how or why does that happen? This is what we are going to find out in this video. So here we are. Oh, by the way, you guys can ask any questions through the whole time. If we don't go and see them or answer them right at the moment, we are going to make sure to touch base to answer them right at the end of the video. After the little interview and we go over the details, etc., we are going to have a special guest joining us after that, and she's going to be receiving one card reading. So Landon is going to do one. She's gonna be able to pick one card, and they're gonna do a reading. So you guys are gonna be able to see how it works and how it goes. So here we are. I'm going to bring Landon now in with us. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's a beautiful day, Saturday. Love the day,
Thank you so much for being
here. I'm happy to be here.
I'm very happy. So tell us a little bit about you. First of all, where you are right now, because I know we're not in the same place, but we are in the same universe. What do you do? Who are you? Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
I think your camera got a little, but I can hear you. Or no? Is it just me or everybody's having?
Yeah.
There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm out here in Phoenix, Arizona. I've been out here for about 3 years now. I'm 22 years old. I've been doing tarot for about 1.5 years just for myself. And these last 8 months, I've been starting to open up to do them for more people. It was really interesting because the first way I got into doing them for other people was actually at a yoga anniversary for one of my favorite yoga instructors. She was doing a 2-year anniversary and was like, hey, would you mind coming and doing readings for me? And I was like, absolutely. And so that's kind of like kick-started me into this whole journey. And so that's when I got up and started messaging and telling people that this is what I do. And it's so interesting because tarot itself is kind of like taboo because of like the olden days, the witch trials and everything. So it's been interesting just overcoming that confidence barrier of like, I actually do this, and it's been really helpful in my life and other people's lives. But I don't only do tarot. I am also, like you said, I'm a Reiki practitioner, all 3 levels, master level. And so I do offer distance healings right now. And so that's that really. And then with the Reiki and everything, I do make actually crystal and Reiki infused bracelets. So it's a person and it's Reiki infused, gets the energy around them, still healing them, balancing them all the time. They're really awesome.
I love it. So you have the whole package. I love it. That's so awesome. And what were you doing before you started to get into like tarot and Reiki?
So I've been in the service industry, so like restaurants, hosting, busing, all of like that, like corporate, the daily grind type of job. So that was what I was doing. And so now that I'm stepping into the more holistic area of my life, I'm also a health coach. And so I help people with their nutrition and with their fitness and things like that. And so I incorporate all of it, getting the mind, body, and soul all together, all in one whole thing. Literally offer everything.
Very cool. Very, very cool. I love that. And did you ever imagine that you were going to end up doing something like what you're doing right now, like spirituality, or it kind of just came up?
No, the last few months, obviously, like I've been seeing it a bit more, but even like 2 years ago, I would not have imagined me being where I am. Just because I've always known I wanted to help people, but helping people, I thought I would have to be like a doctor. But tried it, wasn't for me. So now we're here and I do tarot readings for people.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you complete with, like talking a little bit about who you are? Or is there anything else that you want to share? Or are we all ready to go and dive into what is tarot in your perspective?
I'll just add one more little thing. Trying to find like who I was and everything got me on a dancer journey. And so I'm also a dancer. And so incorporating that into my practice and into what I offer, I have been offering, and it's on a break right now, but I offer intuitive movement sessions, explorations, which is where we dive into our own body, our own energy, and we explore it through movement. And so it's kind of like meditation, but you're not just sitting there and you're just like, but instead you're moving through it, you're connecting with your energy, with your body, with your everything. And so that is one thing that I'm also doing, not currently, but it's in the works. So
it's one of your plans and one of your next works that you're gonna be doing. That's awesome. Yes. I see it. I totally see it. Yes. Yes. Are you connected? Do you know what Tantra is? Are you connected with Tantra? Like, do you know?
I've heard of it. I haven't looked into it too much, but I've heard of it.
Very, 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 very like connecting to the idea. I mean, when you hear the word Tantra, many people go, I mean, at least me in the beginning, I was like, oh, it's all sex, right? And you're like, oh my God, man. and it's like the idea, just like you were talking about how people have this idea of terror, right? Like, I'm Latina, so in my culture, everybody that's watching this, my family, my mom, she's like, oh, in the beginning when I first, told my mom that I was, about the cards, like people have the idea of that it's evil or whatever, right? Or it's like, whatever. So.
No, that happened to me too. All the people that I talked to, they're like, oh, you're doing tarot cards? Oh, you better be careful. Don't want to get possessed. And I'm like, I trust myself. I got my crystals. I got my own intentions. I'm good.
Yeah, it's all about the intention. And, I mean, everybody's different. There's everything in the world, right? But it's you're going to attract those people to, that are vibrating your same, like, energy.
Exactly.
Okay, so what was I going for? Okay, so let's leave that part there. And now tell me your perspective, your idea of what is tarot.
Okay, so tarot for me, it's different for everyone, which is very interesting. Some people use it to like tell the future. I use it it's a way to clarify the present and also see how the present came to be by looking at the influences from the past and really diving into like what happened, why are we here, what's going on, how can we like clarify that so that we can release it, move on, and bring in the new. And so that's just how I use it. Tarot itself is like it started from a game way back. It was just a game for little kids to play with some pretty cards. That was literally it. It wasn't used for divination. It wasn't used to tell the future or anything. That didn't come in until like literally the royalties started wanting to know like what would better their fortunes. But it's really interesting because now like I use it to like you can use it to tell a future. And so when people are using tarot to tell futures, it's really interesting because speaking a future, you get that future more solidified because you're focusing on that being the future. Whereas if you focus, if they were to tell you a different future, that one would have more possibility of coming true. And so it just all depends on that. And so I don't use it too much to tell the future as much as I use it to just clarify the present, like what's going on. It's almost like I use it as my own like personal therapist type of thing.
It's like you do it like in a healing technique. The way that I like to the way that I like to work, because I do use it a very similar way. Because people when you talk about tarot, they're like, oh, you're gonna tell me my future, and I'm like, well, I don't know what's gonna happen in 2 hours. I can't, but I'm here. Let's be present, right? Like I may not be tell you the future, but what happens is that like it's like the energy that the person has or what is vibrating, the cards are going to be attracted to that energy. It's going to show you, like, okay, so this is what's happening. This is one of the possibilities of what can happen if you continue if you continue in this vibration, this is the next step, right? It doesn't mean that is your future, but I mean, it's one of the many possibilities, because I mean, there are so many like possibilities, realities that you get to create. So what do you want to create, right? So yeah, I love that. And how would you say that? Sorry, my cat. How would you say that that works? How do you think that works? Like, because it's like, how can some people? It's like, oh my God, that's it. They feel so connected to what the card said, and then you're reading. How does that work? How do you think? Besides intuition?
Yeah, so tarot itself works just like everything on the energetic level. And so just like when we are just intuiting the information for whatever reason, that's what the cards are doing. And I lost my train of thought.
So how do you, like, for example, when you are doing the reading, right? And a person has a really good experience, and you help them clarify that. How do you? And there's almost, I mean, for this question, actually, there doesn't really have to be a specific answer, because that's where the mysterious come in, right? I mean, I guess it could be you really understand it. Like for me, this is what I tell people. When I do the readings and everything just comes up, and it kind of like works out perfectly, and it's like, how do you do that? And I'm like, to be honest, I don't really know. I mean, it's like it's just
recently I've been doing more tarot readings for, like, I've been doing them for friends for a little while, but now that I'm doing them for strangers and they tell me like, oh my gosh, how did you know that? Or like, that's so accurate, things like that. I'm just like, I have no idea. Honestly, I have the little voice in my head being like, Landon, what the heck are you saying right now? But all the time, and then I say it and they're like, yeah, that makes total sense. And I'm like, okay, cool, this is awesome. When I was talking to one of my other friends, they read the cards in almost like a storybook, and so they have the different pages of the book, and then they're able to decipher and interpret the meanings between them. And then whereas when I do it, I read it almost in like, these are, like you were saying, the step by step, and it's like one thing next and the next.
Yeah.
And so that's how it usually comes out for me. or it's just like puts down a big block and it's like, this is this aspect, and then there's so many others, and it all comes to form the big picture.
And sometimes when you have, for example, I like to do like a 3 card reading, right? Like past, present, and future, let's say.
Yeah.
Sometimes when the cards come up, it's like, I'm like, okay, what the fuck is happening here? So, like, I'm like, okay, how do I was like, okay, this is like so much going on. And then I make them ask a question, right? That I still don't know the question. I tell them, just think of a question, and pick up the card. And then literally, I don't know the question, but I'm just reading what I see in the picture, right? Because I have studied the cards and there's a whole story of it, etc. But before I do that, I also have them tell me what they see. And what's happening there is that it's all their subconscious. What's in their subconscious is going to come up in what they're seeing with all the cards, depending on what cards you're using. And we're going to talk about that. I mean, all the cards, like the main deck, right? It's like a whole story that is like, it exists in all of the consciousness, in the whole, like for everybody, all the consciousness, the universal consciousness in their subconscious. So we all can relate and connect to any of these cards, depending on what's happening into our life. So that's like more of like a scientific or whatever explanation. Yeah. I think that it makes more sense to people when I say it like that, but it's just one idea.
Yeah, no, I have my first deck that I ever got. I've had them for about 1.5 years now, and every time I use them, I look more in depth into them for different people, and different aspects of them keep popping out. And like I pulled one card the other day, and it was like, I don't think I've ever seen this card before. It just looks so new. And I'm like, I've had this deck. I'm pretty sure I pulled this card, but it looks completely different because it's a different energy going into the card. It's a different aspect that is coming out. So
yes, I love it. And sometimes some people, like at work, my work, like I do it just for fun, like I always make, like, I don't make everybody, but like on Fridays, I'm like, okay, everybody, it's Friday, let's pick a card, right? And everybody loves it. But sometimes it's like, my friend's like, why do I, literally she kept getting like the same card for like 3 Fridays. And it was like something, telling her like, you have to revise your choices, or you have to make changes, let it go, whatever. And she's like, why do I keep getting the same card? I'm like, because maybe you still haven't learned the lesson, or you still haven't, it keeps telling you that, when are you going to do it, my darling? Like, it's time here. Yeah. The same energy, right? The same energy comes up. And then when you actually do the change or whatever, you actually get on your card. Now it's a different face.
Yeah, no, especially in these times, like right now, when everybody is going more internal and they're doing things, I've been getting like the Hermit card is coming up a lot, which is just saying like, you have all of the things that you need and things like that, but you need to go inwards and find them. And so there's a bunch of people getting this card, but if you're not doing the work to like process through it, you're going to keep getting the card. And so I actually heard this story. Somebody was going to a tarot reader, and a few sessions, they were still getting the same exact reading, basically, just a different time. And so they switched tarot readers, and they got the same reading, which is so interesting to me. So
yeah, and it's just like it's sometimes like there's so many like memes that they're like, when the tarot reader tells the person something that you don't, sometimes you're gonna hear things that, I mean, what's really happening, right? And not all the time it's gonna be just, oh, you're gonna be rich tomorrow. It's gonna be like, hey, like you gotta like let go of this person, and you're like, damn, like I knew, like people know it, like we know it, but it's just like a confirmation, right? And you're like, okay, like, and that's that I feel like that's how it really helps the healing part to people, because it brings something that they already feel and know that they should do, whatever. But it's like it brings it a little more into the consciousness. So from the subconscious to the awareness of the consciousness, and then it's like, okay, are you going to do a change or not, right? And that's how it's really, really cool. And sometimes you can be a hermit, and sometimes you can be the fool. So and it's like it goes into cycle, just like in life.
Yeah, no,
it's so cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's so interesting.
It's so amazing. It's so amazing. And it's just incredible. So tell us, like, what kind of, like, how many decks do you have? And because maybe people that are watching, when they think about tarot, they don't, like, I didn't know that there are so many different ones. Like, there's so many different ones.
Yeah.
So tell us about the ones you use. I want to learn the ones you use and how. Yeah. And which ones are you gonna use in this video?
Yeah. So I have 1, 2, 4, 5. I have 6. I have 6 decks. And I haven't gotten a new one. I do feel like there's a new one coming in because I don't have a traditional tarot deck. Like that's one thing that I don't have. Like I don't have
a traditional one.
I don't have a traditional.
I want to give it to you.
Yeah, I don't have a traditional tarot deck, and so it's been really interesting because my traditional tarot deck is actually I have this Spirit Song Tarot, and so it's animals.
God, I love animal. I have one too. I have an animal one.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I love it. But when I'm reading it, it's really interesting because traditional tarot decks, you're able to tell like masculine and feminine energies really easily. Whereas like if I'm to look at like, what's this top card? If I'm to look at the Queen of Acorns, like it's different. It's different because like obviously there's a bit of feminine energy here, but you wouldn't know that if it's new. So it's just been very interesting.
And for some people, like, and that's where I'm sure when you choose one, it depends, on the person too. Because, for example, someone that is very connected to animals, like I have 2 cats. Like I can feel like I'm an animal.
Yeah.
We all are. But it's like I really can connect with with that idea. So maybe somebody that is already very connected with animals is gonna be an easier or more connected reading to choose the animal cards.
Exactly. So I have the 6 decks. I only really use 3, maybe 4, depending. And so today I have 3 decks. I don't know which one I'm going to use on our special guest because I don't really. I ask in the moment like which deck to use, and so one of them is my Soul Oracle, and so one of my favorites because there's so much. They're gorgeous and they're really simple. They're really to the point. And so like this top one is like really easy. Don't push the envelope. Like it's very direct in what it's trying to do.
I love those too. I like angel cards that it tells you, it's very cool.
Yeah. And so speaking of angel cards, my other deck that I brought is my Durian Virtue Archangel Power Tarot deck. And so it's interesting.
Ooh, the angel one. Ooh.
Yeah.
That looks insane.
Yeah, and I love these. My only tarot decks that I have aren't actually like traditional tarot. Like the suits aren't the swords, wands, cups, and pentacles. I have acorns, crystals. There's like weird things, and then in the angel one, it's like 6 of Michael. So it's.
I have the angel at work. I don't have them here, but I also have a cat tarot. So that's because that's really, really cool. Because it's like it's everything is cats, but with the same idea of the general tarot. And guess for the devil card, guess what they put in the devil card? Who is the devil?
The devil? Oh my gosh! Is it like Lucifer from Cinderella?
No, it's actually so since it's like a cat tarot, everything is about the cats, right? Mm-hmm. So the devil is actually a dog. Because he's like, you know what I mean? Like it shows like.
That's so cool.
Yeah, cat. So basically, cats are the good ones, and dogs. It's just funny. It's really, really cool.
That's so cool.
One second, I'm trying to contact the person that's gonna join us, but
It's interesting you bring up the devil card because my deck actually, when I'm thinking about it, doesn't have a devil card. And so it's been interesting because it has all the cards, but in the major arcana section. And so for those people watching, if you don't know tarot, traditional tarot is set up into major arcana, which are like major life changes and just maybe people coming in, environments you're going to be in. And there's just like, I believe there's 21 of them. And then there's minor arcana. So this is where the 4 suits come in. So swords, pentacles, cups, and wands. And so there's those 4 suits, but in my decks, it's weird because they're more on the lighter side. I tried to get one tarot deck on the more darker side, and I don't touch it. It's just something I do not touch. I have it, I own it, but I won't touch it because I don't know what to do with it. So it's interesting because the decks I use talk about the darker side in a lighter aspect. And so it's seeing the darkness in our lives from the light. And so we're able to process it easier, seeing it as an opportunity instead of the detraction. So it's been interesting. The deck is very...
I'm so happy that that came up, because in the beginning, right, when I first started doing the tarot too, I feel like you and me have very similarities with that, because you seem like you have very like light and positive and like, very like healing, very like good energy, you want to say. I'm going to say it that way. And everybody, I mean, we all have that dark, I mean, dark and light, and we all have bad and good. Is that balance, right? Yeah. And that's what all the subconscious is in there, right? So for me, when I first started doing the tarot, when I will get like the good ones, I'm like, yeah, and then the bad, the like dark ones, you can say, I don't like to say bad, but just like the dark ones, I was like, oh my God, maybe I should not do tarot, like this, like what? And then you learn how, like, you learn to accept that it's like your shadow, the dark side of you, to see that, like to become in peace with it. It's not all about light and unicorns. That was one of the big lessons that I learned, is appreciating also that dark side of you and let it out in in a positive way, so it doesn't like affect, so you don't react or use that in a subconscious way. Does that make sense, what I just said?
Yeah, no, that makes total sense.
But
because everyone, I was like, everyone thinks the devil card is a bad card, but I'm like, thank goodness I got that card, because somebody is leaving, or I need to be aware of somebody in my life that needs to not be here. So it's very interesting that
or habits or thoughts. But and that's one of the things that I also, that I tell people. The devil card is so that it's like a negative one, actually. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just, there's like something in, there's more than just the devil, that it tells, you know what I mean? So it's like a very, very cool. And so I tell people, don't get scared when you get the devil card. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? We're going to dive into there, and there's no like, so negative how we will think.
Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna be moving forward. I actually have somebody already joining us. She already joined here. Her name is Ravina. And then I have somebody else. Yeah, so it's gonna be 2 people. So Amira, she's gonna join us after Ravina. Before we're only gonna do one card for each person. And just enjoy. So we're gonna bring Ravina in here.
Awesome.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine. Hi.
Welcome. Thank you for being here. And I'm gonna let you guys do your thing. Show us how our thing will go and enjoy. And then Amira, you will come after her. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. So I'm just gonna explain a little bit about the 1 card reading. So the way I do readings, every reader does it differently, but for me, I do it like either 1 card, 2 card, 3 card, whatever it is, sets the foundation for like your question, sets the what you're asking. So if it's 3 cards, you have the past, present, future you can ask about. If it's 1 card, you have kind of 1 aspect you're looking into. And then I can go into more depth. For this purpose, we're obviously doing 1 card only. But I do go into more depth if we need clarity during individual personal sessions. But yeah, so just wondering, Rubina, right?
Yes.
Awesome. I was wondering do you have a specific question you have in mind, or are you just like open to what comes through, or like, what are you looking?
Just open to what comes to me.
Awesome. I'm gonna see. So I brought multiple decks today. Just to see which one I wanted to use for whoever comes through. And it looks like we're going to do the angel deck today.
Yeah, that's a good match for you, Ravina. Have you ever gotten a reading before, Ravina, or this is your first time?
First time.
Yeah.
First, yeah. Oh, so grateful. Okay, so I just want you to, whether you want to tell us your question or you can just think about it on your own, I'm going to start shuffling the deck and then we'll just see what comes out.
It's like what
But
the
we're
future holds for me. That's all.
What the future holds. Her question is what the future holds for her.
Awesome. So going into a little bit about how I go about the future is just more through the present gaze. And so if you see what I'm doing, I'm like twisting the deck because I feel the upright versus reversed are very important. And this way it's more fun for me. But that's just the practice that I've learned throughout my time doing this. But we're just gonna see what the future holds. And so we're gonna see a bit of like patterns. And so this card is gonna be packed full of like patterns from the past that have led to the present, that will then lead to the future. And so just like on your current path that you've been going, what is your current thing that's gonna happen? And I like to shuffle until the card pops out kind of like a fish. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but
This way is a random.
What you say? What did you say?
I said this way it's a random card rather than you pulling your card.
Exactly.
Okay, let's all close our eyes. Take a deep breath. Holding space for you, Ravina.
Okay. So 2 cards are trying to pop out, so we're gonna keep going until we only get one.
Yeah, I know. I'm just walking in right now. All the time in the world.
I can just feel them being like, what's the most important thing to focus on right now?
For me, what is the most important thing?
Yeah, so when I'm shuffling, if it's not coming out fast enough, I can feel either like spirit guides or angels. They're just like debating what's the most important aspect to tell you about your future.
Yeah.
Because there's so much, obviously. There we go. Okay. So the card that came through is this Ace of Gabriel. And so I'll show it to you and then we'll read it. Ooh, that's way. So that's this one. Yeah. So that's good. And it says, a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. Okay. And so just going into this with our focus more on the future, the present right now seems to be like you're beginning to step up and stand in your own power, and you're finally able to almost take what you've been given throughout your life and you're able to utilize it in a way that you are progressing forward in your own ability to speak your own truth, basically, because she's holding this trumpet looking thing right here. That's where I got that from. And then throughout your life, you've been in different environments. We have the mountains, we have a river, we have grasslands, we have suburban house living. And so there's been a lot of moving around. But looking to the future, it's almost like you know where you want to go, or it's coming in soon, is more like it. And it's looking up almost as if you're looking straight forward into this new beginning of people coming into your life. And so Gabriel is the archangel in this deck of connectivity, of connecting with people, the other individuals in your life that are surrounding you and are impacting you. And these are within physical parameters. And so with it being the Ace of Gabriel, this is a new beginning of the people surrounding you. And so I know a lot of this time has been either like purging people out, welcoming new people in. And so this is almost like a new beginning with old people and new people all coming together to support you and what you're doing. And And we have, let's see. Just the colors in this are almost like a burnt amber, orangey.
Can you show the card like that in the camera so you can,
Yeah,
hey.
sorry. There we go. And so it's almost like burnt amber, orangey tone. And so there's this feeling of like the relationships in your life are coming together. They're coming to flow through you, to flow with you into where you're going. And so with the future in mind, it's where you're going is what's going to come. And so what you focus on is what's going to come. And this is the new beginning. And so right now with this high manifestation time, whatever it is that you're thinking about constantly, whatever it is you're trying to put into the works will happen because this is the new beginning for you.
Doors are open.
Yeah.
Open my heart, right?
Does that connect? Because I know, you have a lot of, you're working on new projects. Tell us how that connected to, how that connects with what.
Yeah, I mean, with the COVID situation, like it really literally shut down my business because I'm in travel business, so it was one of the worst businesses to be affected by. So it's like, what is next? And I had to make a decision to downsize my office and everything. And then some new people have come into the play. So I was skeptical, are they good or not? But I'm focusing on like with them. And then, yes, you're right. Like in the future, I want a more comfortable, more peaceful life than all this hustle and bustle. So, yeah.
And it's what you're creating.
So I'm hoping that these new people that are trying to work with them, they're good people, and they would, make part of my dreams come true. Because I work so hard for them. Sometimes you meet people and they, inspire you, they promise you, but at the end they're nothing.
Yeah.
So there's opportunities, people who take advantage of you and use you and abuse you basically. So that's why it's like I'm trying to focus literally to be on my own. And as if like, I started my business about 27 years ago. I started solo and from home. It's like becoming a life cycle. I'm going back solo and I have downside.
You have done it before.
Huh?
Yeah.
You have done it before, so there's going to be,
I'm going back to square one and trying to create a new path, So it's,
and that's great because now you have all these things and like how he connected, like how the card is telling you about these people, right? These new people, and that's why So it's like deep down, it's like you trusting yourself that if you are letting people inside. Trust yourself, and of course, the mind is going to, and which is a great thing. You want to be able in the beginning. You want to, before opening everything, because your past experiences. But just think about it: is it my past traumas that are making me doubt this, or is it that the people are actually not sincere or good for me, and I have to move on and find other people?
And it's almost as if you have to like walk away from those environments in your past that have been there so much and like such a support and structure. It's almost as if you're finally like walking away from them into this new, and it's almost as if the new is looking at you and you're about to come to them. So.
Yes,
I love it. Thank you, Romina. Are you complete? Is there any other question that you want to ask him? Good.
I hope what I'm taking is there's like a small part of fear, and I want to make sure that fear is irrelevant.
Oh yes, let's look at the card one more time. She does not look fearful at all. Then that's you right there. You do not need to be fearful at all.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
My decisions are right then.
Yeah.
My connections are right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
and
great.
you know that. I guess
I needed some, sometimes you need some reassurance.
The outside confirmation helps so much. So much.
Good. I'm so happy fantastic. Look at your energy. You look a lot like from the beginning to now. Look at you.
Yeah.
Like it's something that deep down like we were talking about before. You always kind of knew, but then is that you have this, right? So now everything connected, not just the mind, but the soul. Everything just zoom, and now you're like, okay, I got it. Good.
Yes.
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 Thank you so much, and I want to hear later on how everything goes with your new beginning. Okay.
I will share.
Thank you again for being open to share.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
That was awesome. So now we actually have one more person that she's ready to come in too.
Awesome.
How you feel?
Good. That was so awesome. That was amazing. I love that.
Okay. All right. The next person that we're gonna bring here is her name is Amira. And actually I met her a while back, maybe like a year and a half ago, in an event in Arizona. I met her in Arizona, and you're in Arizona, right?
No, I'm in Arizona.
Right? That's
yeah.
So cool. So I was doing Reiki in it was like the vegan festival, something like that. So I went with my friend, my soul sister, to do we had like our own little spot there. We were doing Reiki, and I met her there with her husband, and we were talking it was amazing. So she just, she commented it, and she made a comment, and now she's gonna come here to get one, pick a card. So that's really cool. That's a very cool connection. So here we go, Amira. I'm gonna bring you in. Hello. Let me see. She's not okay. Let's see if she's ready. Because she has herself mute once again. Oh, there she is. Hello, Amira.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you? You're so cool. You look like a blue circle.
Yeah, that's not what I was going for, but that's what came out.
Oh, did you wanted to put yourself in there, or you're okay with just the boys?
Actually, I don't, because I'm haven't even showered today, so.
Yeah, no, that's probably okay. Thank you. Amira came in like last minute, so this was like literally last minute. She said sure. So thank you again, and I'm gonna let you guys do your thing now.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Okay, Amira. Hi.
Hi.
So did you have a specific question you wanted to ask, or just open, or what's going on?
I didn't, again, this was last minute, so I didn't really have anything specific. I can maybe, without getting too long-winded, kind of share where I'm at right now.
Okay.
With everything in the world going on, basically, if there is any one thing that concerns me the most is, and I tend to, do as best as I can, just living in the moment. Mm-hmm. But, what faces, I think, most of us, and definitely me, is, a very uncertain future. Mm-hmm. As far as quality of life on planet Earth, among humanity. I'm an animal rights activist too, so that's a huge concern and something that I deal with on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. I'm just pretty much at a place in life right now where I'm not very hopeful for humanity. I just don't feel, and I don't want to sound negative. I'm just, being real, given, given the energy of what's happening. I mean, I do see a lot of people doing a lot of positive work right now in the spiritual world, but I really have to question, is humanity going to actually wake up in order to turn this around, or are we headed, or are we definitely headed into the next mass extinction? And I tend to feel it's more the latter part.
Okay. Cool. So this is more like a question.
I love how all is. I love it. Sorry.
I can already tell. I'm gonna add you on Instagram, and we're gonna chat, and we're gonna be friends. Yeah.
He is awesome.
So this is more a question for like everyone. So it's not just you then. Just want to clarify.
Okay.
Yeah. Or did you want it for everyone, or did you want this more for like how you can impact humanity?
No, I think if it helps anybody, wonderful. I think we're all supposed to be one anyway, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay.
Whatever works for the greater good. Should I mute myself or stay on?
No, stay on.
You're
Stay on.
You're good.
No, I love it. I mean, you know, basically, everyone, the whole collective consciousness just use your voice in the blue cool circle. I love it.
So I'm gonna use the Soul Oracle this time. So just so we know.
Okay.
So these are gonna be more Oracle reading than Tarot, and so this will be everyone. So let's just see what comes out then.
Great. And I do actually love Oracle better.
I feel like they have so much more depth because they're intentioned by the author, you know? So instead of just the traditional meanings that have so much set in stone, Oracle, I feel you can kind of finagle a little bit. But let's see what happens. Oop, there it is.
There it is.
Get my cardio in when I do card readings. So there's sometimes I have to run around the room. Okay. So the card that came out is number 12, Make a Plan. And so I'll just let y'all take a look at this real fast. There we go. So it's just these two individuals in the center, and there's things every which direction around them. And so just looking at this card in general, we have the number 12. And so that itself is a very strong religious number. And so whatever you believe religious-wise, there's going to be major impact. 12?
12, okay, sorry.
Yeah. And so that's going to be a major impact number, just like religious-wise. Religion is going to have a major either shift or major giving into what's going on. And so there's going to be things from the religious realm that's going to come and help, as well as detract. And so there's both sides coming from that. And with it being the number 12, there's going to be resonating with the number 3. There's going to be a lot of creativity that needs to happen. There's going to be a lot of completion that's going to happen. And so this is the time to, like it says, make a plan. And so we have all of these aspects of our future, and we just need to choose one. And so whichever one we choose, that will be the one that humanity goes towards. And if you look at it, it's literally like if you choose one arrow and follow one of the arrows, it leads into another thing and then another thing. Not all of them are connecting, but a lot of them have at least 2, maybe 3 aspects of that future. And so it's not one or the other. A lot of it is one and the other. And so moving into this future, we're going to have a future of diversity, polarity, duality, all the things. And so there's going to be one reality where people are living in the love, living in the light, living in that unity, living in that oneness. And then there's going to be that other side where the other people are living in the dark, are living in the dreary, are living in that lack. And so there will be both in the future because we do live in that dualistic world, this dualistic reality of polarity. And so, and you can choose one or the other. You can be the man, you can be the woman, you can be both. We can be this entire circle at the same time. We just have to make the plan to see how to get between each and everything. Sometimes we're going to have to, we're going to have to take a leap between the masculine, between the feminine, so that we can get from the feminine to the heart, and then from the masculine to the star. And so it's going to be a balance between yourself, between each and every one of us, in order to get to where we want to go. But we have to have that plan in mind to get there. And so if we focus on the extinction, like you said, Amira, we will become extinct, or the people will become. So, or if we focus on if we focus on digging ourselves out of this hole or digging through the hole to get to the other side, we will find that reality as well. And so it's just making the plan, following the plan, being active in being aware of what's going on, and then we'll be able to pick and choose the different aspects to create who we are. I kind of just like word vomited, but I hope that made sense.
How does that feel, Amira?
Well, I think it kind of hit me hard when I heard the word religion, because I don't follow any religion. And I think that a great deal of the problems in the world is because of religion.
It's because it's interesting that I brought that up too, because I'm not like religious myself, but seeing the number 12 and looking at the number 12, usually I just jump right into like putting it together being 1, 2, and 3. But today it was interesting that religion even came up, that was even a thought for me, because I'm definitely right there with you.
Yeah.
So how did that feel when it hits you like that?
Well, it's hard for me to answer. I really appreciate it. You know, I really don't have an answer.
And that's okay. There's maybe
it's really hard for me to say. It's not like I'm really looking for answers in my life right now. I'm just basically trying to figure out how to be in the world right now. And well, there's an old saying, how to be in the world and not of it. That's pretty much where I'm at right now. I don't know if you've ever heard about any like human design or gene keys or that kind of stuff, but basically I'm considered what is called a washing machine. And then basically what that means is I'm one of those people that also from the School of Hard Knocks basically feels and sees everything, and it's
too much. Overwhelming.
Yeah. It's well, I on purpose this lifetime chose a path of awakening, and I try not to use the word enlightenment, but anyways, because it throws people. But it was, and it also chose me. But my point on that is, you know, be careful what you ask for. Sometimes I ask to wake up, I ask to see, and I guess I'm in that kind of a place right now of seeing so much. And it's like what to do with all of it. I'm just basically going through every day of just what do I do with all this now? You know, what do I do now that I see is what's happening, and being a witness of what's going on among humanity, and basically I'm just kind of in a position where I imagine all will be revealed soon to me, but it's just that kind of limbo feeling. Kind of in basically in limbo, just kind of hanging.
Having the experience, having that human experience of being in limbo on Earth, in a body.
How to go about that?
Right, and see, I think that's when you say, "How did I feel about the card?" Because it's like make a plan, and I'm like, "Oy vey." I've been doing it my whole life. I think it's more of I'm in a place of more of a not doing. I think that's what is the hardest part. You know, you kind of do all these things your whole life, and then all of a sudden you're in this place where I don't know. It's very hard to describe. It's I'm sorry to fumble over my words about it. Again,
we can feel it. We can feel it. You may not have it's hard to put it into like English words, but you can feel it. Like I can feel like the vibrations of every word you're saying. So
it's a very I'm in a heavy place right now. I feel heavy. You know, and it's how to get. It's not even really because it's not really even about having to go past it or beyond it. It's about going through it. And there's really not a whole lot you can do to change what's happening. A part of what I did ask for on my spiritual path was to experience everything, because it is a part of all of it. So I guess that's really what it sums up to, is that I'm just in this place of limbo of just going through. You know, the big part of me wants to get through it quick or get the heck out of here, one or the other.
Okay.
Not much of a choice. It's an interesting place to be. For the first time in my life, I almost feel helpless.
Yeah, helpless.
You know, I've always been one of those people that I was a single mom. I did everything in the world pretty much on my own at a very young age in the world, you know, and I'm just at that place where it's, I feel, I don't really want to say stuck, but it is kind of a stuckness. Mm-hmm. But again, you know, just waiting for what is going to come through this. What is this? Anyway, I hope I didn't go on too long.
I love it. That's I think I would totally love to do an interview with you on all of that too. Like that's you, because you know what, a lot, I mean, you're feeling all of that because you're feeling for so many other people that are, you know, that are feeling it, but maybe they're not conscious of it or whatever. But a lot of people feel that word stuck. Mm-hmm. You know, and people that have been like doing so much or positive, or now like the energy is a little more like solid and dark and more like. So thank you, because I'm sure a lot of people that are hearing this can totally connect with that, or maybe they have been feeling like that, but they didn't realize, you know, and now they're like, oh, that's what's happening. I'm stuck. I feel stuck. So thank you so much, Amira.
Thank you.
Mm. And you know what? You guys are in Arizona. She's in Mesa. Where are you, Landon?
I'm in Tempe, technically. Literally right next door.
Oh, cool. Well, now you guys can connect if you guys like. Is there anything to complete, Amira or Landon? Anything else that you would like to say? Anything else to complete the reading? Or you guys?
I don't know what else to say.
I love it. You see, and you get to have that experience of when you do a reading that is totally different than what you know. It's like, okay, no, all the readings are going to be with a positive or answer or, you know, outcome, right? And that is the cool about all of it. It's like, I love it. I love how the both reading went, by the way. So I'm sorry, I don't know why I started talking. I'm sorry, you were talking.
No, that's okay. Actually, to add to that, like I said, I didn't know what I was going to say, what I was going to do. I didn't have a specific question. But in the end, I think basically what it was for me to hear that was just to remind me, you know, of this place that I am in. And, you know, I don't have to like it. I don't have to say it's okay. I don't have to say it's not okay. I don't have to say anything, just that I'm in it. And, you know, I get, just be it. Yeah, just be in it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you have no choice but be it. You have like, you don't even get to choose being it. You just are. So it's like, oh, I'm stuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not good or bad or okay. It just is. Yes. All right, Landon. How are you going to end this?
How am I going to end it?
How are you going to end the reading and complete it? Yeah. Because you were going to talk, and then
the reading. It's interesting because when I end the reading, I usually just like run out of words, and so I ran out of words. So and then I just usually ask how it was and how, if they had any more questions, anything like that, or needed any more clarification. But
Amir, are you complete? Is it safe to say that both of you guys are complete?
Yes. Yeah.
Because if not, we can go here forever, but I think that will be for the next video.
Right.
Thank you so much, Amira. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here with you guys, both of you. So I'm gonna let Amira go. Love you, Amira, and I will talk to you soon.
Thank you, Katie. Nice to connect with you again. Thank you, Landon. Nice to meet you.
Yes, thank you, Amira.
Thank you.
Okay, that was amazing. I love how we had both of like the contrast. I love it. Isn't she awesome?
I was amazing. I could just feel when she was talking. Oh, she knows things. Well, like this is a like-minded people. This is amazing. I love doing this.
All right. Thank you so much, Landon. I think I'm pretty complete. Are you? Is there anything else that you wanna? Oh, actually, this is how we're gonna close it. Okay, so let's say now anybody that watch, somebody wants to do one card or a full reading. How do they contact you? And how much is, how much you have a package? How much is one card? Please tell us that, just to put it out there for anybody that wants to contact you.
Yeah, so I do all my contact through Instagram, and so you can just reach out to me through @HolisticMovementHealing, and so it'll be there, and you can just message me on there, DM me, comment on my things, like anything. But I'll do that. And then tarot reading wise, I am doing currently, I don't know how much longer I'll do it for, but free 1-card readings, and then I'll do 2, 3, 5, 10, and then I also offer a full reading, which includes the 10-card reading and an aura reading and a chakra reading, and so that's included.
You have a lot to choose from. So you have a lot to choose from. But if anybody here that's watching wants to just get 1 card reading for free to find out they're gonna choose next, you guys are more than welcome to contact him before he gets too busy, and then he won't have that free card reading. So you gotta
exactly.
Go get your free card reading. You gotta do it. Okay, awesome. And can you tell us the price?
Yeah. So for 2 cards, I'm trying to remember. 2 cards, it's 11. 2 cards, it's $11. 3 cards is the most popular going, like people are wanting right now, and that I charge $22. And then 5 cards is I'm trying to remember. I have it listed.
You can. I don't want you to give the wrong one. You can contact.
I do know if you want the full reading with the aura, chakra, and tarot reading, I know that one is $77. So that's as expensive as it's going right now.
I love the numerology on all the prices. 7733. So the other one. So awesome. So yeah, you guys feel welcome to contact him. He'll give you a list of everything that he does and the prices. Thank you so much, Landon. I appreciate you, and that's so cool that Amira was in Arizona and then you're in Arizona, so that was really cool.
That was awesome.
I love it. Thank you again, and have an amazing day. And everybody, thank you for watching. And I hope you guys learned a little bit about a perspective of tarot.
Just one. There's so many.
And I'm just gonna go ahead and see here. Anna said, "Thank you, guys. You're welcome." All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Ciao. I'm going.